We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Jonathan is finalizing the building plans for a new house. The plan is to put a theater in a corner of the basement. Also, the plan was to have the two corner walls being the foundation and the other two with double drywall and green glue for a well-sealed, well-isolated, and pressurized theater. But then, his wife and the architect now think instead of a door, a 6-foot wide open entrance would look just perfect and inviting. Build the box with the size of the sub that you will need in order to pressurize that entire space. And then walk it around and say, where would you like to put the subwoofer and its mate, which will be the exact same size, in this open space that you have now created? Or we could put a door here and buy this subwoofer and show them a little box.
And open the door when you want it to look open.
There you go. So he asks, is there any type of door that he can use to cover the 6-foot gap to seal, or at least mostly seal the room so he can achieve good base pressurization, but will only open up so that theater can look inviting when not in use? Pocket doors? Is that an option? Can we do pocket doors? Or those big sliding things that they do?
What I was thinking is he's already going to be building this double wall. Now, first of all, that tells me they wanted soundproofing to begin with, so not having a door makes no sense.
Zero amount of sense.
Either you have a double wall and a door, or you have no door and no double wall, because that double wall is serving no purpose if you don't have the door.
Yes. Yeah.
But since the plans already included this double wall, that's usually the thing that stops people from having the sliding door that conceals within the wall, because you have to build a
pocket
double
door.
Yeah. So I would have a sliding door that conceals within the wall. You're already building the double studs. So you're like way more than halfway home on that. And then when that slides into the wall, it's like you have no visible clue that there's even a door. So if they want that open look and they don't want the look of French doors or just a large door or something like that, this completely solves all that, and you already had the double wall in place. So that's the solution to me.
He asks if the door isn't completely sealed, he understands it will lower as STC.
Sound transmission coefficient.
That's it. Rating. So sound will leak both into and out of the theater, but from a base pressurization standpoint, how sealed does the door need to be in order to be of a benefit? It doesn't have to be that sealed, dude. It's got to be closed. I mean, a normal door is not waterproof or airproof or whatever. Right. It's got gaps underneath.
And around the edges.
It just has to close.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, sound is pressure. That's right. That's what it is. It is pressure. So, it's this. You can just everybody can envision. Somebody's talking to somebody else in a bedroom. You're in the room next door, right? They have the door wide open. You can plainly hear them talking. They close the door. You can still hear that they're talking, but it's muffled now, right? And then if you completely sealed that door, maybe you wouldn't hear it all, or it'd sound really, really quiet. That's the exact same situation. If you close a door and it still has a gap underneath it, if you were to fill that room with water, it would leak, but it would leak slower than if the door were wide open, right? So that's what you're going for. That's what sound is doing. There's more pressure inside that room with the door closed, even if there's a gap underneath. The more sealed you can make it, the better. But certainly having a 6-foot opening compared to having something closing that off with a small gap underneath it, huge difference, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking at the plans here, and if you look at these plans here with the opening, it's actually going to go upstairs, probably into the living room and everything. So we're talking somewhere in the order of, we'll say 10,000 cubic feet. I think that's probably
at least.
I always say that that's a conservative estimate, 10,000 cubic feet. So go with Power Sound Audio and just look at their biggest sub.
Yeah.
Look at two of those, do the measurements.
Or put in a door.
So if you can get some amount of base seal, will a single SVS PC2000 be enough for a 16.5 by 23 by 9 foot? 9 foot, yes. 3,400 cubic foot volume of a theater room if you can't get a door in there 30-foot. Yeah, I think a PC 2000 would be all right.
Yeah, output wise, you'd be fine. Output wise, but you should get two. Not, this is important, not for the purposes of making things louder, because that's not what the two subwoofers is about. It's for the purpose that you're putting some effort into this theater. It's a nice size theater, 16 by 23. That's really nice dimensions, by the way, for a theater. I'm assuming you're going to have more than one seat in there. That would seem odd to me to have a 16.5 by 23 foot theater with only one seat in it. If you would like every seat in that theater to be a good seat, or at least most of them, then you're going to want at least two subwoofers. Right. Output-wise, PC 2000 is a great choice. That is completely sufficient for that. But get two of them.
Yes. Dos. Yep. One in the front right corner, one in the back left corner. Good to go.
And I like the choice of the PC. The cylinder takes up less floor space. Very nice.
Very good. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.